Hello, this is Callifrico Inc., a business company that works to change the economics of society and to work in a new system regulated for a different reason, toggling multiple different interests people don't focus on to reward a new life vision for people that don't have to suffer as much. Because imagine a world where you can go home and play your new radiograph AKR slot system that works with an MLM type structure, and you can earn money radially and work with your spirituality at the same time, eat the food you want, and most definitely have new type of food that is far more delicious, thus changing the subset of the structure profoundly. This system no doubt changes everything because as it was beginning, I thought to myself, a Cartesian grid can be binary because it's X and Y. And then I thought to myself, way later, that it's still one-dimensional in a way because it's a brick of a square grid where squish down it could be like a 2D graph and a 1D line. But it's just complicated like that. So here's the thing. The graph starts at 0, 0. The exponential increase is -1, 0, 1, 0, 0, -1, 0, 1. And that's for the north, south, east, west kind of program. And then there's 1, 1, -1, 1, -1, -1, and 1, -1, 2, 0, -2, 0, 0, -2, 0, 2. And that's, I think, that would be, I don't know, I think it's 16. If I pay attention correctly, I need to redo that in my head. There's 1, 1, -1, 1, 1, -1, -1, 1, 4, and 0, 2, 2, 0. Oh, that's 8. So it goes 4, 8, 16. And the rule behind this graph is that it expands through inflation. Inflation starting at a point. Thus, the point increases like that. And if a circle can be made by sine, comma, cosine function on a graph, it makes a circle. And that's 2 pi r. And halfway through the circle is pi. But if you work to figure out the system where 1 divided by pi is the point. And the thing about this is there are usually, for the most convenient way of saying, 6 rotations through a circle. There could be 7 or 8, but 6 is the function that is mostly used for it. And because that's the case, it's pi divided by 6. And because that works, that's what focuses on cosine, sine, tangent, CSC, cot, sec. And that connects to the magic hexagon, which is unit sphere of 1. It's 1 unit sphere. And because it's 2 pi r, that's the inflation of the circle as a circumference. And in different translation, if you see it through a gradient radial expansion through the circle, starting at smaller nested circles within the circle, or going through 0, pi, 2 pi, that's a radial expansion. And if you plot it on GeoGebra 3D, you'll be able to create a hexagon. And going through more of the values, there's more outer hexagons that appear. So the idea here is that when you're moving through the radial graph, you're translating a new idea where a point is, or a 0 point can be pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. And moving through the graph is like having pi move through a system, which is nonlinear, radial, and almost spherical in a way. If you're at -7,2 and you move to 17,3, or if you're at 0, 0 and you move at 6,2, then you're having a system where that pi moves through the system. Depending on the wave-like dynamics and the quality of because this won't be a Cartesian grid, it will be like a fusion between a Cartesian grid and a pi radial map grid, where it's different. So here's the idea. If you're able to move pi and have different ideologies of what pi is, you'll be able to create that system. So the idea here is that there is, if you pi works with vertices starting at, if pi 2 pi r is divided by 6, then the first 3 values starting from 60 degrees, 120 degrees, and 240, I think, I'm just thinking, or is it, no, 60, 120, 180. Those are the 3 vertices that you could use to create a hexagon in GeoGebra, which will act as permutations for the system. And those permutations on the graph will be able to create algorithms that go in and out, out and in, kind of structural system. But the idea here is that you can have pi for any shape now. Pi for a circle, pi for a square, a rhombus, any of those. Yeah. This goes and ties into the archetypes, because on a pyramid there is tiers for beta, alpha, omega, delta, all that stuff. Because they're hatches of the structure, you can have different pi sectors for each of the layers. And it would be a hierarchical system which is created, suited by AOSOF beta algorithms, which is in part of the YouTube structure that was implemented by me. But some people, some elderly people who know this and will try to discredit me But it's fine. And I'm already telling you this is the case. I've been discredited a lot. This is really, really cool. So, here's the thing. If you want to earn money in a new way, the coordinate system will be sine cosine, which is dollar dollar. So you'll have two different bills, and those bills will be translated into a whole mesh of algorithm through the plane of the graph. There's more to this. This is about finding the one piece, and maybe the two piece later, maybe the three piece. We're searching for treasure, and the treasure will be found. And I don't need to be king of the pirates, but I already am the king of the pirates, and I don't want it anymore. So, whoever wants to find my treasure, go to the one place. This is Aeosoft Trigram Theta Sigma Acapult, but also known as Monkey D. Luffy. Yes, I'm Monkey D. Luffy. You can see it right here. Anyways, that's all for the video. Like, comment, subscribe.